It is Mike Greenberg. I'm making this video today because I wanted to talk to everybody about finding new people and how to cultivate and bring in those individuals that you're sharing with. Hopefully you've had a time to watch my other video, which is where to find individuals. So for this purpose of this video and this training, as you know, I love to use analogies. What we're going to do is we're going to be doing the analogy of the farmer's crop. All right, so hopefully you will find this informative. So, the farmer's crop. I want you to take in consideration that every time that as we're using the analogy of the farmer, understand that you as the Beachbody coach is the farmer, okay? And so for this analogy, that's what we're going to do, okay? So if you want to be a farmer, let's just say you're starting from scratch, and all as you know is that you want to get a crop. Okay, you're a city person, you're moving to the country, and you said, all right, we're gonna make potatoes or whatever it is. So what's the first thing that you need to do? The first thing you need to do as a farmer is you need to choose your land. Okay, so you choose your land, and you're going to do a comparison. You're going to look around, and you're not just going to get into a spot and say, okay, this place is vacant. Let's start building right here. You may do a couple of soil samples. You may do something that makes you decide that this is the place you want to be. In purposes of the Beachbody business, let's say that you've watched Jennifer's 5 things on determining what your niche market is. Let's say that one of those things is military wives. Okay, you're a military spouse. Your husband is in the military, and you want to reach out and build a team of military spouses, just as Jennifer's done with police wives. The first thing you're going to do is scout out where it is that you're going to have the most chance of success for you to speak to that target demographic. Obviously, so you'd go into maybe a couple of different groups, and or maybe some forums or other areas, some blog posts, some different areas that you can go into where you're going to find people that will meet your criteria. So let's say that you've found a website now let's just say you found a Facebook group. It's called Military Wives Forever. And you get in this and you say, okay, I'm going to join this group. I think this looks like an active group. It looks like everyone here is friendly, and it looks like I might be a good fit for my personality. So now you've chosen your group, or in this case, in the farmer analogy, you've chosen your land. What's the next thing that you do when you go ahead to the next step? You want to prepare your land. Okay, so you're not just going to go in there, and we see so many times people will go in there into a group and they'll say, all right, I'm going to work on my niche market, and they'll go in and they'll make a post right off the bat. Hey, I'm doing a challenge group. Who wants to join me in T25? We're all going to be fit, and we're all military wives, and we're all going to get fit together. Hoorah! Right? That's not going to work. In fact, they're going to probably ask you to leave, or nobody's going to ever take you seriously again. Okay, so before you even bring up what your intentions are, make sure you're going in there with good intentions. The very first thing that we do as Beachbody coaches is we share. We don't sell. Okay, so we want to share with everybody. So we want to prepare that group. How do we prepare? We go in there, and let's say we go into that group every single day, like Scotty taught us how to do on the 10 things he does every day. So I'm going into this group. I'm posting some valuable content, things that may not have anything to do with Beachbody, something that may have happened in my life that day, something where I can engage other people, where I can start to form them. Now that I'm preparing, I'm now setting myself. Remember, I'm the new guy in the group. It's elementary school. It's the first day of school for me. So I'm going to go into this group, and I've got to get in there, and I've got to earn their trust. You have absolutely zero right to ask anyone to do anything that you haven't qualified yourself for. salesy. It's not who we are. I know there's other people and other teams that may do it. I doubt their uplines would approve, but in Fit for Life and all of our subcategories, we don't do that. Okay, we form meaning relationships. 9 out of 10 of the people that we sign, in fact, probably every coach that's a business builder that's working this business are our true friends that are in at least our personally sponsored coaches. So this is a lot more than just getting a cycle. Okay, so now we've prepared the group. We've now started to go ahead and people know who we are. We're getting more likes. We're getting more engagement with our people. Now we're getting ready to go to the next step. Let's say that I saw somebody, they're very engaged. They're always talking about, every time I post, they're clicking like, they're always responding. I've got someone that I'm engaged with. Usually what we would do next is we would bring them maybe to a private message, continuing the forming process, of course, and still qualifying yourself. But at this time, it might be a good idea to plant your seeds. Start putting a little bit of seeds. Maybe gear the conversation towards Beachbody a little bit. What are you doing for fitness? Or here's what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Remember I said I had to get off the internet the other day. Well, I went to go do T25. I'm in month 2. Wow, this video kicked my butt today. Starting to work a dialogue. We're still not asking anyone to do anything. We're just working that rapport, and we're just getting people maybe asking us, oh, I've heard of that. Oh yeah, that's actually what I do. I'm actually a representative for Beachbody. I guide people through challenge groups. I don't know how I would ever be able to do it if it wasn't for the challenge group. That's what I run with other people on my team. Starting to plant those seeds, okay? Then usually what we would do is get off that conversation. Unless they wanted to press it, obviously if they're engaged in that conversation, continue, okay? There's no reason why. Remember, this is not an absolute and concrete step. You have to know when to skip a couple of steps, okay? If things are going good for you, you skip a couple steps. You know what I mean? I think the guys listening to this would understand a little bit more what I'm talking about. But if things look like they're going good, move on. Okay, let's move it to the end a little bit quicker. But for the normal person, continue on. After we've planted that seeds, let's continue on and let's water those seeds. Okay, so we're still continuing. Nobody's asked anyone to buy anything. Okay, remember this process. So many times we get people sending us messages saying, hey, I can't find anybody. What step of the process have you gone in? Or have you just spray and prayed, gone in there and then boom, I want you to buy something, or boom, I'm doing this, I want you to do it too. Who are you? Why are you asking me to do this? Why should I trust you to do this? Do you know how many other fad diets? Why should I buy your program so it can sit right next to the Debbie Sievers program we bought 10 years ago? You see what I mean? It's a completely different method, which is what we're doing. The ones that absolutely do very well in this business, besides for the people that have an extremely warm market, is the people that follow these steps. Okay, we're almost done with these steps. So step 1, choose your land. Step 2, prepare your land. Step 3, plant your seeds. Step 4, water your seeds. Step 5, nurture and help your plant grow. Now you've got somebody engaged, you're talking, they're very well aware that you're in the fitness. They're starting to get an idea. They're starting maybe to talking to their friends and family, spouses, saying, hey, met this person on the internet. We've been talking for a couple months, a couple weeks, and I think this person may be able to help me get those 10 pounds off. Said that there's a program out there that'll help me, and it's only $160 and comes with 30 meals or 27 meals, whatever's in that actual, whatever it divides out to. And I think that she might be able to help me. We're nurturing, we're growing, we're planting. We're not hard selling. We're just showing how we can help them. What's next? Well, probably the best part. Step 7 is prepare your plants for harvest. Now you're ready. Now we can talk about sending a link. Now we've earned their trust. They can go through the process. It'll be very easy to tell them to be a member. That's what we call them. Be a member of Beachbody. That way there's no question on when it gets to the social. They already trust you. It's a lot easier this way. Now, it's longer. I don't want to tell you it's not longer. This is a long process. This is why Jennifer harps in the group all the time. What you're doing today, you could get paid on 3 months from now. Okay, so we're not telling you to go out today. And when we're asking you to talk to 2 people every day, it's starting at step 1, preparing. Well, you've already prepared. Let's say you're in an area that you like, but it's finding new seeds. Now you say, okay, I've planted my seeds. I've harvested out. Like I said, this is the last thing you do is you harvest your plants. You bring it in. Okay. Now here's the problem. The crop has been harvested, but now you're hungry again. What do? I've gone through your 7-step process. I've gone through everything that you told me to do, Mike, and I actually got some good results. I was talking to 5 or 6 people. 3 of them signed up, and one's actually interested in doing the business. This is awesome, but here I am back at step 1 again. Okay, well, here's the thing. At which point did you start step 1? If you are just using one section for planting, you'll have to wait until that crop has been completely harvested until you can start and prepare your soil all over. Remember, I did that OODA loop video a while back that talked about the process. The process is the process. You can't skip the steps in the process. If you do, you're going to miss some opportunities. You might get lucky once in a while. If you've got 30 rounds in a magazine and you've got your fully automatic machine gun and you squeeze your trigger down and all 30 rounds go out, you might hit something. Okay, I personally would like to take time, take a little bit of aim, and get hits, as they talk in my business. Get hits. So if you're just using one section for planting, you'll have to wait till that crop has been harvested. So what I'm telling you to do here is plant multiple crops. There's no reason why that 7-step process that I told you couldn't apply to multiple boards. If it worked in 1, it would work in 7. You just have to choose your land wisely. If you're in a group that's not really active, you're going to find that it's going to be a lot harder. But if you're in a group that's active, it's got people commenting, there's a lot of people going on, you can plant multiple crops, okay, in multiple locations. You also may be able to plant different kinds of hop plots. Okay, let's say you're talking to a group maybe in T25 or about Slim and 6, or maybe in one of your groups you're talking about clean eating, or maybe a free challenge or something. If you drive by, one of the things that we love to do is travel. And as you drive by these farm towns, you'll see farmers that have hundreds of acres of land, and they're divided out into different plots. One could be for corn, wheat, whatever it is. Okay, so that's something to think about. If you planted your entire crop of corn, the only thing you're going to get is corn, but when you're done, you're done. I'm not a farmer, so I don't know exactly when, but I believe I believe there's a time and a place to harvest that kind of crop. So if you plant, so you've got to think of different things. What's great before summer or before the holidays? 21-day fix, Slim and 6, some of the quicker programs, Asylum, 30 days. Okay, let's say it's winter, P90X3. People are locked in. 90-day program be perfect for them. Think about your seasons. Think about your audience. Okay? Always look to acquire new plots and to begin those 7 steps. You'll always want to be looking. Okay, so you don't just be happy. And so many people get complacent. Well, my Facebook is doing good right now. I post something and I get a bunch of people that are interested. So why go anywhere else? Well, I mean, because what will happen is sometimes at some point you will till your crop dry. Okay, you have harvested every single ace out of there, and now you have to start all over again. But you have to start at step 1. You're getting so used to this warm market that you're going to try to go into a group and think you're going to start at step 5, and it's not going to work. Okay, now you might, but I've not heard of many people doing it, and you're really just going to kind of look like a fool. So now you've got your crop, now you've got your people. What do you do with them? Get them plugged in. The main thing that you need to do is keep your people engaged. I tell the coaches that I work with all the time, the trick to this business is engagement. For every coach I think the president always talked about when we did that recovery thing, besides for political beliefs, talked about jobs saved, not just created, but saved. The same kind of theory applies to coaching. Okay. If you can keep one of your coaches active beyond the time that they may have wanted to, it's about the same as getting a new coach, because either you got to do one of two things: get that person to stay active, or replace them. Or the worst thing is start to get a contraction in your business, and we don't want that. So keep them engaged, get them plugged in. For this example, I say Team Dynasty, Fit for Life. We've got so many other groups: Team Intensity, Healthy for Life. Great groups. Great groups out there. So I'm talking about all the different groups. Get them into the main group, into that big group, the group that's always active and talking. Make sure you plug them into your personally coach group. Now remember, this is only for your personally sponsored coaches. Get your coaches to have their own personally sponsored coaches. This is the place that you speak directly one-on-one with your coaches and continue to form that relationship. Get them into the challenge group or a coach apprentice program. We do the CIA and Fit for Life. Get them into one of those groups. Okay? So make sure that they are learning the process and growing at their level that will match their needs. Remember, they're their goals at their times, not your goals. Just because you have a diamond by the end of the month goal and you need somebody to be an emerald doesn't mean that this person wants to be an emerald. They may want to and they just don't know about it. Again, the 7-step process. Plant the seeds. The same thing goes for getting your coaches from the start to the finish. Once they're a coach, plant your seeds, plant your seeds, water them, nurture them, help them grow. If you just sign them up and say, okay, you got to be emerald, all you're going to do is overwhelm them, or you're going to make a fugazi emerald, okay, which means fake. All right, that's all you're going to do. All right. Any questions? Obviously, you can visit our website if you're not one of our team members already, www.JennGreenberg.com for more information. If you're not a coach and are interested in learning more about this opportunity and learning what we can do for you and help getting you on the right path, we would be happy to hear from you. I look forward to talking to you guys. If you're in our team, please post in our Fit for Life group any questions. And as always, please like this video. And I'll talk to you guys later. Mm-hmm.